Hi everyone, and welcome to another midweek video. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I will attempt to elaborate on the forgiveness trap, but more specifically what forgiveness is, how narcissists use our forgiveness, should we forgive the narcissist, and if so, how? I recommend that you listen to the end so that there are no misunderstandings as to the message I want to convey. But I am really hoping to bring some clarity to this issue of forgiveness because there seems to be a misunderstanding as to what forgiveness is or what it entails. The most suitable definition that I can find states that forgiveness, in a psychological sense, is the intentional and voluntary process by which one who may initially feel victimized undergoes a change in feelings and attitude regarding a given offense and overcomes negative emotions such as resentment and vengeance, however justified it might be. So, first of all, forgiving someone is an intentional and voluntary act. No one should pressure you to forgive anyone because it takes time to get to a place where you are mentally ready to do so. And when it comes to dealing with narcissists and the fact that they do not provide closure, we have to find that closure for ourselves. We have to sift through all the pain and emotions to make sense of what we have been through. I am also aware that there are situations where, depending on who the narcissist is, there may be friends, family, church members, or even the narcissist themselves in your ear urging you to forgive and move on. But again, we need to remember that forgiveness is voluntary, and through much time and healing, we can get to the place where we are no longer dealing with all those negative emotions and feelings of victimization. We can get to a place where we can finally release the narcissist and anyone else who may have hurt us. Would I recommend forgiving a narcissist? Yes, but in your own time, and everyone's timing would be different. But it is important that you do so that you do not keep carrying around negative emotions such as bitterness, anger, or hate, as that will do you no good mentally, physically, or spiritually. What we need to realize as well is that when you forgive someone, you are in no way condoning what they did. Neither does it mean that you are giving them permission to hurt you again. It just means you have closed that book and you are ready to move on to a better one. Forgiveness is a gift that you give yourself. It means that you are free of any negative associations when it comes to the narcissist. It also means you have graduated from feelings of anger and hate to that of indifference, pity, or love. It is also important to realize that forgiveness can be you deciding to let the narcissist go in every sense of the word, as you are without any obligation to speak to them ever again. When you forgive the narcissist, you are the one to decide what happens next. You decide whether you want to be in their presence again or go no contact. You decide if there will be a relationship or not. Basically, forgiveness has very little to do with the abuser and everything to do with the victim. But narcissists try to use forgiveness to guilt trip us into taking them back or giving them another chance. You telling a narcissist you forgive them is giving them permission to hurt you again. Do not let a narcissist use this forgiveness trap with you, and do not let anyone decide what your forgiveness should entail. What matters is that you free yourself of all the negativity and protect yourself from being hurt again. Forgiving a narcissist is coming to the realization that they hurt you, they are sick, they need help, but they will have to find that help without you, as I would not advise anyone to put themselves in harm's way. Take your forgiveness and start a new chapter in your life without them. Because narcissists are built to kill, steal, and destroy. We cannot control their behaviors and we cannot change them, but we can learn to forgive for our own sake and protect ourselves. As usual, I hope this made sense, and please do leave me a comment below. Thanks for listening.